And welcome everyone. Let's get that sorted. Hello and welcome everyone. It's round 10 of the PanAm Racing League. My name is Nick Kramer and we are here for PanAm Racing. We're going to be doing 90 minutes of Spa. It's the final round of the season. And I'm joined once again by the one and only JJ Penguin. JJ, my man, how are you going tonight?
Very well, thank you, Nick. Looking forward to this one, the final round for PanAm Racing.
Yes.
And 90 minutes around Spa. We know how much of a challenge this place is, and it always brings some absolutely brilliant racing.
Yeah, there is. It is a very, very challenging circuit. All 90 minutes is going to require 100% concentration for these boys tonight. So we are going to get underway very, very shortly. We've got just a tick over 8 minutes before we get things started. So let's have a quick look at how the championship situation is sitting as these guys just finish off their practice session and get ready for qualifying. So for the AM division, it is Drew Bug who is out on top right now, 52 points clear of Herc in the Bentley there. So Drew Bug has pretty much wrapped up the championship at the moment. There is a drop round involved in this league as well. So not everything is concluded as of yet. In third, it's Infame Soul. He's in the BMW. He's on 189 points. So it's still very close between him and Herc, as well as Queen Killer as well, who's sitting in fourth position in the other Bentley on 180 points. Then you've got the Canadian Falca. He did the Barcelona Enduro race last week as well. He's there in fifth position on 175. It's a bit more of a gap between him and Sharkbait in P6. In seven, it's another Canadian. It's Rushton. He in the McLaren there. He is seventh on 104 points. Then you've got Gumbro in the Ferrari on 87. He's joined by Purple Snack there in ninth position on 82 points. And then bringing up the 10th position is Hookup from Australia. What have you thought of Drew Bug so far? He's been pretty impressive. He's been clearly the best AM driver out there in the races that we've done. JJ, what's been your thoughts so far on Drew Bug?
Even the races that we've broadcast, this steady improvement in Drew Bug is very noticeable. His performances are getting better and better, and I suspect this round won't be any different. Expecting big things from him. Really mix it with the pro drivers and finish the year on a good note.
Yeah. It's he has mixed it a lot with the pro drivers, so you may even see him go up to pro next season. Not too sure how that all works, but anyway, let's have a look at the pro series. So J-Mer, who has been very, very impressive. He has a substantial lead, a 42-point lead over the one and only Aussie in the pro series, Javar. He did some racing for Race on Oz on Tuesday night as well. So he's back again. He's in P2 on 206 points. May find it a little bit difficult going around Spa, though. It is a very difficult track for the Porsches, so could be in for a long evening for him. Fiesta in P3. He threw away a potential race victory last week at Mazzano. He was leading the race, lost it through turn 16. Still ended up on the podium there. He's in P3 right now in the championship. Your Judgment, the Canadian, he's in fourth right now in the Lamborghini on 170 points. Then GTR Wizard, I like this guy. He's in P5 in the black and white Ferrari. He's on 33 points. Awesome Paulie, he's racing tonight as well. He's in sixth there on 112. On 103 is the Reverend in that black McLaren of his. You've got Cannon, who's only 1 point behind him in the Porsche, in 8th position. Then in 9th position on 98 points, it's MX Bloxham. And then in 10th position, 1 point behind him, is Defon. Last week, Fiesta made that mistake, and we've seen some really solid results from J-Mer. He's pretty much sewn up the championship tonight, JJ as well. What have you thought of J-Mer so far in the races that we've done?
I have done a few races against J-Mer actually, and I do know that he's a class driver. He's someone that is very competitive, very fast. I'm expecting the same here at Spa. This is a track that tends to bring the best out of the top guys. The gaps amongst the drivers is a little bit greater, so expect to see him up the front. And the Bentley will be strong around here as well. There's no doubt about that. So he's been very impressive. He's been very consistent. And, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, should be good. Bentley's been pretty strong majority of places as well, so I'd expect Spa to be no different. And then and speaking of Spa, let's have a look at the circuit. So it is a very long one. It's 7 kilometers, in fact, 7.04 kilometers to be precise. How many miles that is, I'm not too sure. Maybe about 3.5 miles, 4 miles maybe. It is a total of 20 turns. There's some of the most famous corner names in motorsport as well, which being one of them would be Eau Rouge as well. Eau Rouge and Radion up the top there of the hill. The Kemmel Straight. You've got other famous corners like Pouon, Blanchimont, the bus stop chicane, Bruxelles as well. So some fantastic corner names, lots of undulations as well, and it is a long lap. What are some of the challenges you see around this circuit from a driver's perspective, JJ?
Hold your breath, get through Eau Rouge and Radion, and then just settle in. You just got to get the flow through the circuit, getting a good run onto Kemmel Straight, getting in the slipstream of the cars in front, big passing opportunity into Lecombe, need to take a bit of curb, mid-corner, keep the car steady, and then it's really just making sure the car flows from, basically from Lecombe through to Blanchimont. Just got to keep the momentum up, keep really, as I say, get the flow up through the circuit, and then get through again. Hold your breath through Blanchimont. Get the car stopped for bus stop. You get a little bit of a rest. Get through La Source, and then you just again hold your breath again to do that for 90 minutes. And look, I don't think I've done an event here where I haven't ended up in the fence at Radion, so I do expect that there will be plenty of action in this one.
Alright, well, we'll wait to see. We're only about 2 minutes away, so that gives it just enough time to jump on board again with VP Giggity, who's going to take 4 hot laps around the circuit. This to be the hard braking into the right-hander of the Source. So all the way down into first. You can cut the right of the corner there, the right of the curb. And then it's easy on the throttle, down the hill. Like you say, JJ, this part of the circuit is where you do hold your breath. You go up through Eau Rouge. The car can get very wide here as well. Up through Radion. And then this is just a chance to sort of take a little bit of a mental reset, a rest. You've got Kemmel Straight. It's only 770 metres in total length as well. It's an awkward left to come through. Like you say, just getting the rhythm through this part of the circuit is extremely important. Just stay away from the curve there through turn 9. Then it's down the hill, hard braking, downhill braking into Bruxelles. Turn 10, second gear. Some guys take it through first gear. This is No Name or the Jackie Corner, whichever one you want to call it. Using the curve on the exit there as well. So Pouon, fourth gear there, she does. Some drivers will brake, some drivers will just ease off. Set up as well. And way through to campus through here. This is a really tricky part of the thing. A lot of patience is required as well. The right-hander of Stavolo. This is the corner I always get mixed up. Porter, right through here. And then Blanchimont is fast approaching. You want to make sure you stay away from the curves. Curve entry there on the exit. And then the famous bus stop chicane. Just to the end of the lap. A tidy one, actually. 2.6. So nice work there from VP Giggity. We thank him very much for doing the hot lap again. And as you can see, we are about to see cars out on the circuit. And we're about to get this one, round 10, underway. Hello to our viewers. I see Sir Patrick is in there. Riggsy, how are you, boys? I hope you're having a fine Sunday or Saturday, wherever you are in the world. I know, Riggsy, you're a Queensland boy, so you're a daytime gentleman. Sir Patrick, I'm not too sure where you're from. But anyway, welcome, one and all. So Sharkbait is out there as well. So Drewbug, our AM champion-elect so far in that black and orange Lamborghini. Infame Soul in the BMW is out there as well, on track. So we saw some good action from him last week around Mazzano. This is Rushton in that menacing black McLaren of his. And then Queen Killer as well in the Bentley. So he's making his way just through Bruxelles now. So we've got a few cars out on the circuit. This will be the 10-minute qualifying for the AM drivers. And then we'll do 10 minutes for the pro drivers as well. So we'll catch up with Sharkbait shortly. He will be the first driver to get away, and we'll see what sort of marker he can set. What sort of times are competitive around here, JJ? Questions without notice.
Oh, I can't see anyone beating a 216 like Giggity did. Jeez, he just again shows his class. I'm expecting a 218.
Okay.
It is track's optimum, perfect conditions. I can't see there being any excuse why we should be seeing times in the high 17s. But I would be surprised if we do get that. So I'm expecting a mid 18. I'm actually on board with Drewbug at the moment, and I haven't done a lot of driving in the last month, and it's making me a little bit itchy to actually do some laps. It's actually a good thing.
Well, you are having a little bit of a break. Christmas coming up as well, so you might have a chance to do a few laps as well. So Sharkbait, he is coming through in that Porsche. There you see Drewbug not very far behind him at all. So you were saying maybe 2:18s. I think they were doing 2:19s, I think was the best time in the practice session. So we'll see how close we get to that. As we'll track the progress of these two cars. It'll be Sharkbait and Drewbug will be the first two drivers to lay down the times. And 10 minutes around here is not a lot of time. You might be able to get sort of 2 or 3, probably 3, maybe 4 flying laps around here due to the qualifying setup here. 10 minutes for AM drivers, 10 minutes for the pro drivers. But a lap taking roughly just over 2 minutes, almost 2.25 minutes. You don't get many shots at it. So these boys will have to be on the top of their game to make sure that they make their laps count. And Sharkbait will be the first one. He's just making his way up to 13 now. And then turn 14, which is campus. Through here, so nice and steady through there. No issues for him so far. And then these two following corners, just wanting to make sure you get right. Track limits could be an issue around here tonight as well. So that'll be something to keep an eye out for. I did see that car getting a little bit wide. Hello to Brandon Bloxham in the chat there. Don't know if that's MX Bloxham. You'd have to think so. It would be pretty strange coincidence if it wasn't. So this is Sharkbait making his way up to the bus stop chicane. Let's see what sort of time he can set, and then Drewbug will follow him very shortly. Does he get a time in? He does a 2:21. Drewbug goes a 2:19.9. So we did see that sort of time in the free practice session before these boys started. Here comes Queen Killer in that Bentley. He approaches towards the bus stop. It's a little bit deep there. And he's... Oh, no, sorry. I thought he was going to go into the pits then shortly, but he doesn't. He comes across the line. Good enough for P3 right now. What about Infame Soul in that BMW? Might have had a track invalidation there. This is Rushton in the McLaren. Nah, so he doesn't set the time. Next one will be Purple Snack. He's also in a McLaren around here, so we've got a few in the field this evening. 4, in fact. We've got 5 Porsches. Got 4 Bentleys, a Soul Audi, a Soul BMW, and a couple of Lamborghinis. So it's a good mix of cars. No Ferraris out there though tonight. There's Purple Snack. He doesn't set a time. We do have an Italian manufacturer. It is Lamborghini. And this is Saint Sim 04. He's making his way through campus now. Let's see what he can do. He's a fair way off the pace though. He's 2.2 seconds off. Don't have long to go in this AM qualifying session. 3 minutes and 15 seconds. So good enough for at least one more flying lap. Through Blanchimont, scrubs off a little bit of speed here. Really important to know what your braking marker is as you come into the bus stop. So important to get that right, especially in the race with cars in front of you or behind you for that matter. This might be his first time he sets. Yeah, he does. Alright, so good enough for P4 right now. Got a couple of other guys just coming through there. Where are you, Triple Eight? This is Drew Bug. He doesn't go faster than his previous time. He still sits atop of the timesheet, so a 2:19.9. This is Queen Killer in the Bentley. Working his way down through the gears. Looked pretty steady. Looked like he wanted to stay right away from the curbing as well. Does he improve on his time? Don't think he does. This is Infame Soul next across the line. He improves. He goes to P2. This is Rushton in the McLaren. He sets his first time. It's a good one too. So that's good enough for P2. 1.6 seconds off the fastest time though. That is being set by Drew Bug. 2:19.9. As this qualifying session fast coming to a close. 1:40 remaining. 10 minutes for the AM drivers. 10 minutes for the pros. So as soon as that 10 minutes is up, we'll see the pro drivers making their way out onto the circuit. See if Purple Snack can set a competitive first time. That's all right. P7. He'll have... not too sure if he'll go around again. No, he doesn't. All right. Let's get back to Saint Sim in the Lamborghini. So 1 or 2 Lamborghinis.
I'm actually on with Drew Bug at the moment, and he's half a second up on the exit of Puon. So he's it's a pretty good lap. He has got Sharkbait ahead of him, so you'll get a nice tow heading towards Blanchimont and into the chicane. So it's just a matter of him being able to get the car pulled up. He should set a pretty good time.
Alright, let's see what he can do. So he's getting a nice little tow here from the Porsche of Sharkbait, as JJ pointed out. Stays well away from the curb there. He's going to go very, very different line. A tighter line through there. Closes up right under brakes. As we're coming to a rapid close of the qualifying session. He does improve his time by about 0.2. Alright, I think that will bring the qualifying session to a close. We've only got one more driver out there. That's Rushton. As we have Saint Sim, who is continuing to go on as well. So the fastest time out there was Drew Bug with a 2:19.7. Nice effort from him. Let me just get my notes here. 2:19.737. It's a nice time from him. As Rushton, he makes his way into the pits. And we have the pro drivers making their way out on the circuit. I'm not too sure if St. Sim is continuing on here. He's trying to set a time lap. He is. Not too sure what the rules are around this though, because the AM qualifying period has finished. He's continued to go on. Might just stick with him until the end as we see all the pro drivers making their way out onto the circuit. Oh, St. Sim, that is not a fast way around through there. So that's going to put an end prematurely to his session as the Pro Series now will come out, led by the Australian Javar. So has dipped his toe in the Race on Oz series as well. You are watching this stream on the Race on Oz ACC Productions YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to hit a like and subscribe as well. Plenty of content on the channel as the year does come to a close. We've had the Pro and the Pro-Am series concluded. We're going to have an awards night in a couple of nights just to announce all of the winners. So very exciting. Those boys are getting real trophies this season as well. So it's something that's very specific to Season 5. We'll see if it can continue into Season 6. But for these boys this season, they will be getting a real live trophy, which I reckon is pretty cool. Thanks to Beyond Trophies as well for organising that with us. Andrali was the man who sourced that out too. So big shout out to him. But we are concentrating here. This is PanAm Racing. This is the final round of the season. This is round 10, a 90-minute enduro around Spa. And why not? What an iconic circuit to do it at. It's quite known for its own peculiar weather system, if you like, where it's situated, not too far from the Dutch border. So plenty of drivers out there. This is Cannon. I think he raced last week. He did in the Porsche. Didn't race the week before that, though. Who else is out there? Flat Track. Not sure I've seen Flat Track before. I think I would definitely remember that that livery. He's out there. Fiesta in the McLaren. Expect to see him at the pointy end of the field. And then Jamer, champion-elect. He's out there as well. He's joined the party too. So 17 drivers. It's a good turnout for a Saturday night in North America. Sunday afternoon in Australia. Be getting pretty cold in North America now. Well, some parts of it anyway. As we've got C. Javar making his way through the double apex left-hander of Puon. Extremely fast left-hander. Last week, was it last week or the week before, JJ, where he started in the pits? He forgot to hit drive. So that ruined his race a little bit. We did have the camera on him as well, so it's a bit of an awkward...
That's correct. That was at Misano.
Yeah. So he'll be hoping to not have a repeat of that because he had really good pace. He had fantastic pace. He had a good recovery drive as well, but it's always easier when you're starting on the grid than in the pits. So he makes his way through Blanchimont. Real hard on the brakes there, all the way down into first gear. He uses a lot of the curb through there. That is generally the preferred line through the bus stop. He goes to P1 immediately with a 2:19.3. Sounds like a little explosion went off in the background there.
Apologies for that.
Hope you're all right, JJ. Hope no one's breaking down the door or anything. Flat
I
track.
Smashed my funny button. Just smashed my funny button.
All right, I found it amusing myself. This is flat track, and here's my favourite. Here's the Reverend. P13 goes up to P5. Nice work, El Jefe. Here's Fiesta and another McLaren. Love the papaya yellow, papaya orange and the blue livery that he's got set up there. He goes the fastest time right now of the session, 2:18.6, 4.5 minutes remaining. Here's J-Mer. We expect to see them battling it out on the track tonight as well. Sir Patrick saying he wished it got a little bit colder here. Where are you, Sir Patrick? That's the question. Perhaps he's maybe in the southern states if he's in America where it's not as cold. As closer to the northern parts. As we see, this is Javar. So right now, as it stands, J-Mer, MX Bloxham, Falca, Stu Skin and Flat Track, they all need to set a time. But at the moment, it's Fiesta who set the fastest time at 2:18.6. Javar's currently 6/10 off the pace in P2. Awesome Paulie, Drewbug, the AM driver there. Cannon, the Reverend, Rushton, In-Frame Soul, Sharkbait and Saint Sim. That's your top 10 right now. Queen Killer and Purple Snack, they're the other two drivers who have set a time. Everyone else looking to lay down their first marker. And one of them is J-Mer. I'm just having a look for MX Bloxham as we'll have a quick look at him, see how he's going. He's the only Audi driver in the field. You dabbled in the Audi last season, JJ. What's the secrets to this circuit in the Audi?
Don't touch the curb at Eau Rouge.
Okay.
That's about it. Because it ends up with a shorter wheelbase Audi after that.
Okay, all right. Well, there's some sage advice there for MX Bloxham. Just riding those curbs there through the bust-up chicane. It's going to be his first time with just under 3 minutes remaining in the session. Good enough for P14 right now. Who else do we have out there coming through? This is Flat Track. I don't believe I've seen... No, he's gone into the pits. 3:13. That's Fiesta. Can he go faster than his current pole time? 2:18.6 right now. Fast approaching the 2-minute warning. Fiesta 2:18.6. That's where he does remain right now. J-Mer, this will be his first timed run. He'll have one more chance. Time enough for one more lap. And that's well off the pace. So he's obviously had a little bit of a mistake somewhere on that lap. And we are into the final 2 minutes of the pro qualifying. This is setting themselves up for the grid for round 10 of the PanAm.
J-Mer's gone to pole.
Oh, he has too. Oh, I didn't stick with him long enough. All right, a 2:18.6. Look at that, 9/1000ths of a second separating pole position. 600ths of a second in third as well. So it's very, very tight amongst the top three. That line just sort of does take a little while to cross. So my apologies for that. I'll make sure I stay all the way to the line. Sir Patrick, you're in South Carolina. I've never been to South Carolina. But all right, so it doesn't get cold enough there. Obviously, that's sort of... my American geography is not that great. I'm not even going to try and have a crack at that. I just know the Carolina Panthers, that's all. And they love college basketball. That's the North Carolina, the Tar Heels. Lots of tobacco, I think, in Carolina. That's about the extent of my knowledge. Anyway, this is Javar in P4. Let's see what he can do. He remains there. Awesome Paulie. What can he do? He's in P5. That is where he'll stay for now. And then we've got Cannon crossing the line. He'll remain in P8. So the final 30 seconds of this qualifying session. Here's MX Bloxham in the Audi. So we're talking about him before. Stay away from the curb at Eau Rouge. He goes up into P7. So nice result for him. Flat track 98. Let's see what he can do in that checkered liveried Bentley. He remains there in P8 for now. This is Fiesta. Can he snatch pole from J-Mer in the dying seconds? Will he get enough time for one more lap? Oh, he goes pole position. And I think that's going to be it for him. I'm not too sure if he did cross the line in time. This is J-Mer to try and snatch it back. 2/10 is the gap between him and Fiesta. He does. There we go. 2:18.3. So, cracking lap there from J-Mo to take pole position. Congratulations to him. I don't think Awesome Paulie can make a difference here. Let's see where he is in terms of time. He's 2/10 off his best time right now. So, unlikely. And at this stage, we can stay with him all the way to the end. He's in a good position there in P5. But right now, it is going to be J-Mo in pole position. Congratulations to him. Fiesta, he will start there in P2. The Reverend, he's going to be starting on the second row of the grid in P3. Javar, he'll start in P5. Where will Awesome Paulie start? He was down on his best time. I have actually prematurely started to write down the list, and I hope Awesome Paulie doesn't upset this for me here. Well, for my sake, from a personal point of view, but let's see if he can improve his position right now. As the max wait time clock has already started ticking. Let's see what he can do. Oh, no, I don't think he's going to improve on his time. Just made that little mistake. So that's where he will start. Drew Bug, the AM champion, down there in P6. MX blocks him. He's going to start there from P7. Then there is Flat Track. He'll start from 8th. Cannon will begin in 9th position. Rushton, he'll start there in 10th. Then just outside of the top 10, it's Infame Soul in the BMW. Sharkbait, he's going to start there from P12. In 13th, it's Saint Sim. In 14th, it's Queen Killer. Then you've got in 15th position, it is going to be Purple Snack. And starting in 16th will be Felka. And then rounding out the grid will be Stu Skinner, starting from P17. What were your thoughts there on the qualifying session, JJ?
Super tight. 600ths of a second at the front of the field. That's massive. That's just exciting. And this is going to make for a good race. Good to see your favourite Reverend up the front there in third, and Javar as well. He had a bit of a baptism of fire in the races he's done with Race on Oz, and he'll be looking forward to closing out the year with a good result. And Drew Bug again showing his form, mixing it with the pro drivers, and 6th on the grid.
Look, I'm not taking direct credit, but I have noticed ever since I gave the Reverend his nickname, he's done exceptionally well. So I'm not saying it's all me, but he's performed very well since getting it. So he's doing well. But that is our grid. This has gone almost 3 minutes before we start. So 2.5. So Patrick, if you imagine the US to be like Australia, South Carolina would be about where Sydney is. Okay, so right down south. All right. Well, there we go. We're learning a little bit about the United States as well, a little bit about the geography. So I guess that's, you wouldn't necessarily get too cold down there, down south. It's probably a little bit close to Florida, I'd have to assume. So, not many basketball teams down that way, so I don't really know that part of the world. Oh, Charlotte, there you go. Charleston, Jacksonville, the Jaguars, and there you go, got Florida. Okay, cool. That's a nice little spot there. South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, Savannah. Okay, that looks all right down there. Virginia, up a little bit further north. All right, there we go. Well, I've learnt something today. I hope you all have as well. We are a minute and a half away from starting round 10 of the PanAm Racing Championship, the final round of the season. We're going to be doing 90 minutes of Spa, so get yourselves ready, strap in, get a drink, get something to eat, maybe a coffee if you're watching in different parts of the world, or maybe just rug up while you're watching it in bed, perhaps. Not too sure, but wherever you are, welcome one and all. And hopefully these boys can put on a good race. Last week it was 70 minutes of Mazzano. This week it is going to be 90 minutes of Spa, and the season will be done. And we'll take a little break for Christmas. I hope everyone's looking forward to Christmas. It's always a interesting time of the year, isn't it? It's always very busy. Very busy, but...
Very busy.
Yes.
Unlike me, where I am on the opposite side of the country to friends and family, here with my partner, we are going to be having a slightly lonely Christmas and New Year period, seeing as we can't get back to WA, but it is what it is. We'll make the most of what we can.
Yeah, well, no one can get in or out of WA. They've always wanted to. There's always been talk of them seceding from the rest of Australia, and they're kind of maybe giving it a bit of a test run at the moment. So, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting Christmas. That is for sure. All right, that's still a week away. We've got this race that's about to get started. So these boys, here we go. They're making their way. Good to see Uncle Daddy, who smells like pot, has joined the chat. Welcome. He's cheering on Saint Sim. That is a cracker of a username. I like it. I like it a lot. All right.
Oh, and welcome to him. He's subscribed recently, so welcome. I hope you enjoy yourself.
Yes. I hope you're feeling nice and relaxed on this while you're watching. As these guys, it's going to be a bit of a long lap, isn't it? It's a 7 kilometre circuit, so one of the longest on the game. Possibly the longest. I'm not too sure how long is Bathurst. I don't think it's 7 kilometres. Maybe more around the 6.2 kilometres is Bathurst. Same as I'd say this is probably the longest on the ACC game. Just having a quick look through now. I reckon it definitely would be. So if it's not, oh well. Correct me if I'm wrong. Cool. So these guys will be getting tyre temps up to temperature. Hi Stuart Barkley, how you going, mate? Good to see you. Welcome. So these guys will be getting tyre temps up, tyre pressures, brake temperatures up to temperature as well, getting themselves just psychologically ready as well for 90 minutes around this track. It is a track that does require a lot of concentration, but that short 770 metre blast up the Kemmel Straight can provide you with a little bit of reprieve there, so you can sort of just take a bit of a breath and get yourself set again. But yeah, getting into the rhythm around here is going to be super important. And yeah, minimizing mistakes. I'm sure we'll see some drivers who will make mistakes through here. It's just one of those tracks where it's pretty hard to go through mistake free. We saw Fiesta make one last week while out in the lead. We saw Javar make one before the race even started. Good to see he's gotten off the start-finish line this week. So he's already going better than he was last round. And we're just following Awesome Paulie around as they're making their way down towards the left-hander of campus. And we will be not very far away at all from starting 90 minutes of Spa. It's 10:05 a.m. local time starting time. I don't think we're going to see any weather. That will just add a complete different dimension to this circuit as well. I think it was snowing the other day around Spa, or maybe that was something different. But it has definitely snowed there during the winter. It gets pretty cold in Belgium. That's why they've got to eat all that chocolate, keep themselves nice and warm.
They've had all types of weather this year. There's flooding as well.
Yeah. And didn't the circuit owner or something pass away, or there was something weird about that too?
Oh, I didn't hear about that one. I might do
Yeah.
that one now. See what that one was.
Yeah, that happened a few months back. All right, while you're doing that, we'll get this race underway. They're just coming through Blanchimont now, so we are only a few turns away from getting round 10 underway. The final race of the PanAm Racing Series. IRL sim racing. It's going to be a showdown. Yeah, this is going to be good. I'm very much looking forward to this one.
Well, it was actually the Spa CEO was killed in a murder-suicide.
There you go. I knew it was something controversial like that. So, all right,
So
here we go.
Pretty full on.
Yeah, what a great way to good note to start the race on. Here we go. So we're gonna get.
Luckily, the start line's the other side of.
It is too. It is too. That's right. I was getting all excited. Yeah, I knew it was something. I think there was something about an affair in there as well. It was. Yeah, it was all a bit sort of cloak and dagger, but yeah, a controversial year for the circuit. So, all right, we do have the different starting position. This is the GT. The GT start line. The other line was the Grand Prix start line. So these guys will make their way down towards there. Obviously, the pit lane as well is extremely long. Here we go. So we'll wait for the signal for the race start initialization. There it is. Let's go racing. 90 minutes of Spa has begun. They're going to make their way straight down to Eau Rouge, up the hill through Radion, and blast down the Kemmel Straight. Looks like Stu Skinner didn't get a great start there. But all other cars have managed to get through without any dramas. And they're all facing the right way. This is Javar. He's already moved himself up a spot. He's right behind J-Mer, who's chasing down Fiesta. The Reverend, he's lost a spot. He did that last week as well. Oh, no!
Drama at the back of the field.
That's
cars in the fence.
108 as well. Flat track. Oh, trying to see who else it might have been in there. Oh, 54 was the other one. This is Cannon. Oh, that's big damage on the side of the car. That is a lot of damage. So that, obviously he was the one who's made contact with the fence. So not a great start
Saint
for him.
Sim's gone round as well at Russell. Who else is in that? There was another Lambo in that.
Yeah, Saint Sim.
I think Drewbug might have been. So there's a big gap in the field now. So from Awesome Paulie to back to Bloxham, I think.
Yeah, so just having a look. Flat track was. Oh, flat track went around. Oh, he's right at the back now. Gonna have to wait for the timing screen to just work itself out. But the kind of the leader of the second pack there is Sharkbait. So he's not had the greatest start there. Well, he started P12, so he's just dropped. No, he's moved up. He's gonna have to wait for the timing screen to sort itself out here. In the meantime, though, out in front, Javar's had a good start. It's Fiesta leading from J-Mer. That was Awesome Paulie looking to make a move on the Reverend. He's already lost one spot to start this race, and he's just lost another, so not a great start for him. He's dropped down a couple of positions. He's going to find himself there in P5. I think Sharkbait coming through now, so he's been a big winner out of all of this. He started down there in P12. He's already up to P6 after lap. Whoa, we've got all sorts of chaos by the looks of it happening in the background at the bus stop there. The Cannon, he's gone into the pits. Saint Sim as well, so a whole bunch of cars making their way out of the bus stop chicane. So we've got a couple of drivers coming into. We got one driver coming into the pits. That is Cannon. So he's the one that we saw had pretty big damage at the start there, as they make their way up through Radion now at the top of Eau Rouge. And this has really spread the field out now. So unfortunately for Cannon, he had a really good qualifying session. He has, he's had to come in very, very early. Dropped all the way down into P17. So yeah, we've kind of got two or three packs really, or two main packs, which is pretty much Fiesta, J-Mer, Javar, Awesome Paulie, and the Reverend. And then pretty much by themselves is Sharkbait God and Queen Killer. They're a little duo there. They're in their own private little battle. But then after that, it's in Famesoul. He's the leader of the next big pack there. And obviously, Saint Sim, he's trundling around right at the back there, while Cannon is just getting his car repaired, because that looked like it was a lot of damage, especially to the side of the car. So he'll be spending a fair bit of time in there, trying to get that sorted. But in the meantime, Jamer and Fiesta, the two class drivers of this field, starting to just skip away from the Australian Javar. And they're just putting a gap on him. And they're going to go racing by themselves right now. We'll see them.
Just having a quick look at the replay, it looks as though Bloxham got into the back of Drewbug at Lacombe.
Yep.
And turned him around in front of the field, which is where a lot of that damage has come from. Most people took evasive action to get away from it. And then, yeah, it's just a bit of chaos. And then it continued on at... there's a few cars everywhere. And then there was also contact again at the chicane.
Okay.
Again, with I think a few guys were trying to get into the pits. Well, there were 3 wide at one point.
All right.
Drewbug's actually skipped over the curb with that big sausage curve, and that's where he's turned around and been in the fence again as well. So it's an unfortunate start for him.
Yep. All right. Well, that gives us a bit of a rundown and explanation of what happened at the beginning. In the meantime, though, there was a change for the lead. So, Jamer...
As I say that, there's 4 cars all in the fence at Radion.
Which, who have we got? 9991,
Drew
I think.
Bug, Purple Snack.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was 3-3 in there. Yeah, that was Purple Snack as well. Who else was coming through? Drew Bug.
Skinner.
Oh, that McLaren of Purple Snack is not looking good right now at all. Oh, that has heavy damage. So we talked about it quickly earlier, before the race started, about drivers making mistakes. So that is going to be hard to get home. Let's go on board with him. And look at that steering wheel. That is not facing the right direction. So that's going to be a struggle just to get that to the pits, but he's going to spend a significant amount of time in there to get that finished. Poor old Purple Snack. All right, in the meantime, though, it has been Jamer and Fiesta. They're out in front. Javar in P3, but he's being hunted down right now by Awesome Paulie as they make their way through Blanchimont. This is going to be...
Have a look at the steering wheel for Drewbug.
Where are we? Drewbug. Oh, that is a lot of damage right there as well. Yeah,
He's
look
got
at that.
Huge damage. He's been quite in a few different incidents at the start of this race. So he's not even going past. It's all hard left. He's not even turning it past the 0 degrees with the right hand side, trying to get the car around. So he was involved in that one. I think he tagged another car. Through Eau Rouge, which ended up with 4 cars in the fence at the top of the hill. That's where all that damage has come from. Stu Skinner and Felker were involved in that one as well.
And there's no small accidents through Eau Rouge as well. That's big damage through there. So, all right. Okay, so these boys just starting the field extremely spread out now. This is a, very spread out. There's Felker. He comes into the pits as well. We've only been going 8 minutes in this one as well, JJ, but we've had plenty of action to kick it off. So Falca has made his stop. That's on lap 3. So it was the pit stop setup's a little bit different tonight. So it's a maximum 40-minute stint. You can have driving. I think that's the way I interpret it as well. Drewbug, he's making his way into the pits, so they'll get back to you in a moment about that. Purple Snack. So everyone made 1 stop each. That's correct, JJ. I think it was. That's how it was explained.
I thought it was 2 stops with a mandatory, with a pit window.
Yeah, of 40 minutes.
40 minutes, yep.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so we'll keep it out for that. But there's no little. It's the pit stop indicators aren't on, so I'm not too sure how that all works out. We'll have to work our way through it. So this is Awesome Paulie and Javar. This is for P3 and P4. So they're battling it out right now. Javar's doing a good job of keeping the Bentley behind him. He's saying that though. Awesome Paulie doing his utmost best trying to get past the Porsche as they begin another lap. What about Sharkbait God? Said he was 3/10 behind. This is Queen Killer in front of him. So this is another Porsche versus Bentley battle, just in reverse. So Sharkbait, he's had a good start to this one. Started down there in P12, finds himself in P7. Queen Killer, he started in P14. He's actually in 6th right now, so he's had another good start to this race. As I see some more people who join the chat. Adman, how are we, my man? How you going? Good to have you on board.
Adman will be sitting in a deck chair in his board shorts.
Oh, not in Melbourne right now. It's raining, so... And it's cold. It's like 19 degrees.
He's out camping at the moment.
Oh, is he?
He'll be sitting in a deck chair in his board shorts with a beer in his hand, and he'll be enjoying life at the moment. That is for sure. I just had another look at the replay of that incident. That was a big hit for 4 cars, all in the fence at Radion. And in fact, those guys still aren't out of the out of the pits yet.
Yeah, a lot of guys in the pits right now. Rushton is one of them, but yeah, a lot of damage repair happening right now. But no such dramas for these two who have been stuck in this battle for a few laps now. This is Javar and Awesome Paulie. In the meantime, J-Mer and Fiesta, they've just skipped away. They're about 4 seconds up the road. The gap between Fiesta and J-Mer is 1.8 seconds. So, decent gap from J-Mer right now. As this is Javar and Awesome Paulie. They're going to go side by side through Blanchimont. That's not a great way to go. And looks like Awesome Paulie finally manages to get past Javar. So, he had to become fully committed there, and he did. And he's managed to reap the rewards, so he will move that Bentley up into P3 as we're closing in on the first 15 minutes of this one in the books. And looks like we've only got 2 more drivers in the pits now, so it's Rushton and Stu Skinner. So everyone else has managed to get themselves all repaired and back underway. They're going to be a fair way behind the 8 ball on this one, but everyone else has managed to have a decent start to this one. It looks like Awesome Paulie just starting to pull away from Javar. So that Bentley obviously had the pace. He just had to wait for the right moment to strike, and he did. And he's now able to stretch the legs of that Bentley. He finds himself in P3 right now. Just having a look at Rushton. I think he's being lapped. It's going to be a bit difficult to keep up with all of this, JJ, with where everyone is. But that is... yeah, I think he was getting overtaken by Queen Killer by the looks of it. And... 484. So Falco, he's come back into the pits. Not too sure if that's getting a whole heap of repairs. Not too sure. Alright.
There's obviously some unhappy drivers out of this one already. Be interesting to see the fallout of this one once this one's over. Obviously, there's still well over an hour to go, and just from a couple of the messages that have come through on the Discord chat within PanAm Racing, there's going to be some very unhappy drivers. So it's unfortunate, the start of this race. But,
Perhaps Christmas cards may not be exchanged amongst everyone this season. Is that what you're saying, JJ?
yeah, I don't think. I think there's going to be a few names struck off some Christmas card lists after this one.
All right. Well, we'll continue on nonetheless. All right. Cool. So with Infame Soul right now. He's looking to try. He's behind that Porsche, that purple Porsche. So he's got a. He's not got good internet connection right now in Frame Soul. That looked like it could have been a server disconnect or a car disconnect. I think I did see him do something like that in practice as well. So I do see a chat about not sure how the pits are all green. Yeah, that does make it quite difficult to follow. It's just a little extra. In Frame Soul, that internet connection does not look long for this server right now. Well, hopefully he can stay with us. So he's going to give chase to Sharkbait God. Why Stu Skinner? He's in the pits. But right now, in the opening 15 minutes of this one, it's J-Mer from Awesome Paulie, from Javar. That's your top three. Then you got the Reverend in P4. He's just ahead of Fiesta. So Fiesta's dropped down from P2 while we're concentrating on this. I'm not too sure what's happened to him. Does he have any damage on the front of his car? He was in P2, so not too sure what's happened to him. So, alright, we'll get back to this battle here. Then it's Queen Killer, Sharkbait God, In Frame Soul, Flat Track, and MX Bloxham. So yeah, it's going to be very difficult to track pit stops tonight. All the boxes are green. So it's try and manually track it. Do the best that I can, but yeah, it's going to be quite difficult, especially with a whole bunch of cars who've had damage earlier on as well. But we'll do our best to keep you updated.
I think that's a towel moment as to why the pit stops aren't showing up.
I'm still not sure about the whole towel thing. I know.
That's a prime example of the towel. There's a setting wrong somewhere. It was why it's not showing up.
Oh. All right. Well, in Fame Soul, who's he got? That's 108. That's Flat Track. Is that for position there? I think it was. So this is for position between Flat Track and In Fame Soul right here. So, and then
so
Sharkbait.
This is really shaking up the order. These dramas that we've had at the start of this race. There's a few guys that are in positions. They're higher up the field. They might not necessarily have found themselves, but it's good to see. Consistency. They have to be the fastest ones out there. There's been enough dramas and enough people out of position, and with the pit window, it'll be an interesting one to see how this finishes up.
Alright, well, sounds like Adman is doing it very difficult, very hard right now. 27 degrees, I think 30 degrees up at Lake Boga. Hasn't had a beer yet because he went a bit too hard last night, so he'll try and get himself sorted out later on. Sounds like he's having a lovely time. Stuck down here in Melbourne right now, and it is raining and it's cold. That's just Melbourne for you, right? It's not raining and cold though out on track. Track temperature is actually 22 degrees. That's not too bad. Air temperature is 18. It is optimum, and we are watching the battle between Flat Track and Sharkbait. So once again, we see a Bentley versus Porsche matchup, and they've got In Fame Soul right behind him. Adman did comment that he did like the livery of the Bentley here. And this is Flat Track going around the outside there through Puon. That is a very brave move. That's a man who is very, very confident in his driving and in his car. He's able to take that position away from Sharkbait. So nice work from him. He moves himself up into P7. So In Fame Soul, he'll want to try and get himself a piece of that. Cars are very dirty right now. So we're talking about that off air. Seems to be a significant amount of build up. We've only gone 20 minutes in this one, so not too sure what's happening with that. But if this is what it's like 20 minutes in, I can't imagine what they're going to be like in another 70 minutes. So we'll see how that progresses as well. But this is In Fame Soul having a look at Sharkbait. So So the Porsche not expected to go terribly well around here. Let's see what the BMW can do as they begin another lap. They're going to drag race down into the source. Pretty easy on the brakes there. Didn't stab at them too hard. And let's see what sort of tow the BMW's got compared to the Porsche. As they make their way down the hill towards the bottom of Eau Rouge. Just a gentle lift. Oh, shark bait. Looking very untidy through. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about here with that internet connection. So if the internet connection can hang in there, Infame Soul might be able to have a good race here, and he's managed to get past Sharkbait. So the BMW getting the job done. The black and gold livery of his. He moves himself up another position as well into P8. So Sharkbait just losing a couple of spots after his good start. Starting to just come back towards the field a little bit. Cannon, he's in the pits. Yeah, really going to be difficult to track pit stops for this evening's race. With all the boxes green, so I've not come across that before. Alright, here we go. Here's Fiesta. So this is fourth position. He's got the Reverend just in front of him. I think we've lost another one.
He's made good progress on Reverend, so he's had it off somewhere.
Yeah.
To lose all that time. So he'll be looking to make a move. Really, can he get it done up to bus stop? It's probably not close enough actually.
Oh, Reverend makes a little mistake. See if Fiesta can hunt him down as they make their way into the source. Might try and set him up for a run up the Camel Straight. Stay on board. Slightly different line to the Reverend through there. It gets a little bit loose. Manages to hold on to it. That does give the opportunity to El Jefe just to wander away a little bit further. And Fiesta will have to regroup and go again. Try and get himself past that black McLaren that is currently occupying fourth position right now. So yeah, not too sure what happened to Fiesta. He had some sort of off. It doesn't look like he's hit anything or already won. He doesn't have any telltale signs of it. Just a dirty car at the moment, but that's about it.
He's too busy watching the replays of all the incidents at the back of the field to take too much notice of someone having a spin on their own, if that's what it was.
Alright, can he get a little bit close? I should mute that voice chat actually. There we go. Alright. So, these two having their own little battle out there. In the meantime, though, it's been pretty straightforward for J-Mert. He's well out in front. He's currently in P1. He's 4.2 seconds ahead of Awesome Paulie. In the meantime, Javar, he's occupying P3 in the Porsche. While these two are duking it out for P4, P5 right now. Queen Killer's just a little bit further back from these guys, so no issues at the front or the rear of these two. They're free to go at it, and Fiesta starting to look very racy. He's going to send it up the inside at the bus stop. It's going to be the battle of the late breakers here. He manages to get it done, so nice move there from Fiesta in that Papaya McLaren. He manages to take that position away from the Reverend, who drops back down into P5, while Fiesta works himself back up into P4. And J-Mert, he's making his first pit stop. It is the GT pits as well, so it is an extremely long pit lane here. So that doesn't look like it's for any damage, so this looks like it's a scheduled stop for him. is lap 10. Alright, so we'll get back to him later on. So he'll complete that stop. This is flat track. He's 1.3 seconds behind J Mur. Not J Mur. Queen Killer. J Mur's dropped down a couple of spots. Here he goes. Hits his marks. That looks like it's pretty good to me. No reversing, so he'll get that all sorted out. We'll get back to flat track. Where did he start? He started in P8. So he's currently P6. The other little battle will be between Sharkbait and Infame Soul. And the Reverend is trying to just hang around the rear of the McLaren of Fiesta. That's no easy task. It says 6/10 on the timing screen, but I dare say it might be a little bit more than that, looking at the physical gap between the two cars on the circuit. Well, these two are going at it. So 991. So Stu Skinner, he's still in the pits. So he might be out and done. But let's we might just do a quick let's do a lap around Spa with Awesome Paulie. He's our lead driver right now. I'll be quiet for a lap and let's watch him do his thing. Alright, so that was a lap of the Spa circuit. So Awesome Paulie looking pretty composed out there right now. So not having to push the car too hard as we approach a third race distance, 2 minutes away.
So that last lap for Paulie was a 2:19.6, and Jamer, who's just come out of the pits, his quickest is a 2:19 flat. So the pace is still on at the front. In fact, Paulie's quickest time is an 18.8. So I'm pretty sure he's got the quickest time of the race.
All right. So Queen Killer coming into the pits. Let's see how many positions that's going to cost him. Jamer will be one of the drivers who will reclaim his spot back. So he has made his stop already. Just seeing, JJ, is there a way that you can possibly find out who has made a stop and who hasn't made a stop. Obviously, MX blocks him. Whew, that's a big hit. So he's making his way into the pits right now, and that's a lot of damage he would need to repair. So that's going to be a pretty lengthy stop for him. Not so much for Queen Killer, who's about to make his way to his pit box. So this is a strategy stop from him. But yeah, JJ, if there's a way that you could find out who has pitted and who hasn't pitted, that would be really handy. Because, yeah, we can't see it on the screen as Queen Killer hits his marks nicely. And he'll get that done. Alright, so let's do a quick little update as we approach the 30-minute mark. Right now, it's Awesome Paulie out in front from Javar, who is currently in P2. Fiesta is in P3. The Reverend in the McLaren, he's in fourth spot, 2.7 seconds behind Fiesta. Then you got Flat Track. This is Infame Soul in 6th. In 7th is Sharkbait. J-Mer is in 8th. 9th is Saint Sim. And 10th is Queen Killer. We're down to 14. We've lost 3. So, here we go. Awesome Paulie is making his way into the pits right now. So we might just track... is that right down to it? No, he's got a long way to go in that one. So Javar will go through. So will Fiesta. So will the Reverend. Flat Track as well. Infame Soul. Sharkbait God. I think he's probably going to drop down till about 8th position. Awesome Paulie. Once he gets his stop done. But yeah, JJ, if you could, if it's possible, I'm not too sure if it is. If it isn't, it isn't. But if it is, that would be awesome.
Unfortunately, we can't do that on console.
That's good. All right.
It does make life harder.
Fiesta. Hang on a second. Hang on. Fiesta has lost it. That's coming out of Radeon. So he has lost it at the top there. Let's see what sort of damage he's suffered. Oh, that's a fair bit of damage. That's definitely a pit stop required. So once again, we've seen him making a mistake. We saw last week in Misano. And once again, this week in Spa, he's made another mistake. And I think might have done something like that similarly when we saw him lose a whole bunch of spots. But this time he hasn't necessarily got away with it. Let's have a look at the steering angle on that. How that's going in the car. Doesn't look great. But yeah, so he'll have to definitely make a pit stop though. He won't be able to continue on in that state. That gives a bit more of a better idea. So not too bad, but yeah, he will have to make a stop. So that's going to throw his race into a bit of chaos there. Good for Flat Track. He's able to take a spot from him. Saint Sim still in the pits. That will be... Oh, damn, MX...
That was a massive hit for Fiesta.
Yeah.
He's just as he looked really smooth through Eau Rouge and just got... It's a bit of a weird one. He just got a little bit loose on the curb at the top of the hill at Radeon, and he's just got a bit of a wobble and a lose, and there's a curve in the wall on the left-hand side, and he's just gone into it perpendicular. That'll be huge, huge damage.
All right, so he goes into the pits. And now we will try and find... Field is extremely spread out right now. So there is, obviously we've lost 3 drivers. We've only got 14 left. We've had lots of accidents. The on-track stuff has been, yeah, it's been all right. But yeah, there's no real sort of on-track stuff. Stop and go for car number 4. That's Saint Sim. Oh, that's speeding in the pit lane. So he will have to serve that penalty in the next 3 laps. So no good for him. Sharkbait, he's coming into the pits. This doesn't look like it is for damage. So this might be a strategy call from him. I think it might be his first stop. I think.
So we're getting towards the end of the driver stint. So it's 40 minutes. As well, I'm pretty sure that's. Double check my notes here.
Yeah, it was 40 minutes. They're the notes that you gave me. Driver stint.
Yeah, so 40-minute max driver stint. So that's coming towards the end of that. That's another thing we don't get to see in this is where people are at with their driver stints. So if anyone goes over that 40 minutes without having coming through the pits, then the penalties are quite severe. So all it needs is for you to cross the pit entry line and it resets the timer. So you don't even need to pit. You don't really need to. You don't need to stop. You can drive straight through.
Oh, okay.
But with the other requirements of 2 stops for fuel, that's what is the requirement. So you are forced to stop in this. But the 40 minutes, you just even the stint out and try and go as fast as you can for the rest of it.
All right. Well, the Reverend, he's coming in for his stop. I think that might be his first as well. We've gone over the hour mark. So we've gone, we're down below an hour, sorry, over 35 minutes. Pretty sure this is his first. I haven't marked off anything else. I've seen him in there. That car looks in pretty good condition as well. This might just be a war of attrition right now. But as Saint Sim, he's got that stop-go penalty. He will have to serve. He's got a couple of more laps to do it. And let's see if the Reverend can get him hit his spots. Here we go. Let's see what he can do. There we go. Nice and smooth. Perfect. Alright, we'll leave him to that. In the meantime, I think Fiesta has managed to get past Sharkbait God. By the looks of it. That is for position. So not a lot of on-track action happening right now, but that was a little bit right there. So, Fiesta. Saint Sim still needs to serve a penalty. But Javar, the Aussie, he's doing a good job of it. He's out in the lead. He's in the lead from Flat Track, which I don't believe have pitted. Javar and Flat Track. I wish I could see the pit stops. That would be really good. So is that a towel moment? Is that a towel moment, JJ? Not doing it properly? Not setting the...
I believe so. I do believe so.
Okay. So whoever stuffed that up... just makes it so difficult. You're just sort of flying blind now.
I do know that there's been a bit of sickness this week for the person who sets up the servers for PanAm, so we'll excuse him for this one.
Can you give us a hint? Who would that be? T-shirt?
It is Pants, so he does do a great job of setting these things up. But I do believe he's been pretty ill this week, and this is how fickle these servers are. He missed a comma. That's all it was.
That's brutal. All right. Tell you what, Saint Sim...
anyone who's done any computer coding before knows that if you can be out by one character, the whole thing won't work for you. So that's all it takes in this. But luckily, it does still... the server will still run, but it runs on a default. So I'm not even sure if it will be tracking the driver stints at this point.
Right. All right, cool. So, Javar out in the lead there. So Saint Sim, He needs to pit this lap. If he doesn't pit this lap, he will be disqualified because he had 3 laps to complete the stop-go penalty. As this is Fiesta, that's not a position change there. Who's he getting past there? That is one of the McLarens. Might be Rushton, I reckon. Is it? No, it isn't Rushton. Let me see who it is. Ah, is it? Maybe. I can't see who it is. What's the 333? Ah, Purple Stack. There you go. Alright. Infame Soul looks like he was able to get his stop done. And he's away again. So he's looking pretty strong right now. And where's Saint Sim? So he's coming through. Let's keep an eye on him. Let's see if he does make this stop. Perhaps just pushing it to the limit. He's got just in front of him. That's Jamer in the Bentley. So this is definitely not a race for position. Saint Sim currently down there in P11. Drewbug's still in the pits. I don't know if that's a pit and quit. I'm not too sure. I think I saw him teleport back to the pits. Not 100% certain on that, so I will keep an eye on this. And there we go. So Saint Sim, he does make his stop, and he will continue on. Yeah, our AM champion. Still stationary. It doesn't look like there's massive amounts of damage to the car to cause him to be in there for that long. So perhaps some technical difficulties, but maybe, or yeah, not too sure what's happening with him. But
he's had a very unfortunate race to finish off the year, so he'll be pretty happy to put this one behind him.
So Saint Sim,
I really don't think the driver's stint times are working in this one because Javar and Flat Track have definitely gone over the 40 minutes.
Alright, so it's a bug-riddled end to the season here for this one as Saint Sim, he's serving his penalty. Who's he got behind him? Purple Snack and Drewbug, but Drewbug's in the pit. So I reckon that's where he's going to stay for the remainder of this one. Still got 48 minutes left, so considerable amount of time. He does his stop-go penalty. That'll be for 30 seconds. We don't need to watch that for 30 seconds. What about Fiesta? What can he do? He's down there in P8. He had to come in, get his car repaired. He had the off at Radion there. Big damage. He's 12.7 seconds behind Queen Killer. I haven't seen him make a stop yet, so he could have. I'm not certain. Alright, so yeah, I was just looking for our leader. I wasn't too sure where our leader was, but did Javar? No, not Javar, don't worry. Sorry. Looking for a different, yeah, Javar. So he's just up ahead of Fiesta here. So this will actually be interesting between these two. Will Fiesta try and unlap himself and get past Javar?
Yeah, I did notice that he's gone the lap behind, so it's coming up towards half race distance, so he'll be wanting, or he'll be hoping Javar pits pretty soon.
Yeah, going to be very interesting to get past him. So we know Fiesta has good pace. Javar just running a little bit wide through Pouon. Can't do that through there though. It's got that extra bit of AstroTurf. Now through Campus. Oh, he's going to let him through here. I think he is. That's smart driving by. Oh, because he's saying he's getting blue flags. No. think so. That was clever driving though from Javad then to let him through.
That's just knowing where you are in the race.
Yeah.
It's it's actually quite smart driving, really. There's no point getting in a battle for that. Car is a lap down. You can settle back into your own pace and continue on. Keep your own consistency.
All right. Well, he's got Queen Killer, who's next on in the next position up, so he'll be concentrating on getting past him. Flat track. He has just made his stop, so that's at least one for him. I'll mark that down. Oh, here we go. Infame Soul. Ah, all right. Some on-track action. He's right behind the Reverend. They're down in 5th and 6th. Let's see this. Here we go. So this is the on board with the BMW of Infame Soul. He has the Reverend now, I believe. Has Infame Soul? It is not sure. Anyway, we've got on-track action and we're halfway. So that's good. We've had a lot of crashes in the first half of this one. Infame Soul, going to follow that McLaren through Jackie X. Oh, is he going to set it up the inside of Corn? That would be very, very ambitious. It's that internet connection again. Just gets me every time. I don't know how he's drawn.
It's very off-putting, isn't it?
It's very off-putting. I keep on having flashbacks to a couple of weeks ago for Ruse at Bathurst, where we had about 4 or 5 server restarts. So, all right, let's see if we can get a good run on the McLaren. So, Infame Soul, he started in P11. Finds himself in P6 right now. He's making hay while the sun shines. The sun is doing exactly that right now. I think the time's set to real as well, because it's 10:54 local time. Whoa. Closing right up. Getting a little bit of a love tap from behind. Closes up again, under braking into the source. Down the hill past the GT pits. This is the pits that they're using. He's going to follow him through Eau Rouge. Little lift, takes a deep breath up through Radion. Car looked like it almost did a wheelie then as it went through there with the internet connection. Manages to stay with him, but the Reverend got through there nice and cleanly as well, so no advantage to Infame Soul here. The Reverend will hold his position. And they're making their way through the comb. If he's driving like that, I have no idea how he can continue. But I think he's managed to get past the Reverend. I think the Reverend ran a little bit deep there at Bruzel's. He did. So even though it looked like he was about to make contact with the wall, Infame Soul was able to get a position back. So he'll move up into P5. Have we lost another one? We're down to 13 runners now. And these
I just wonder if that was a bit of a lag spike that tapped the back of Reverend. That's how we got by.
Not too sure. Not sure.
Reverend did run wide on that corner, so yeah, it could have been a bit of net code. Who knows?
All right. Chris Riggs just professing his love for the Lexus in the chat there. Oh,
it's a concerning one. That he definitely loves that car a little bit too much.
He had a podium on Tuesday night, so the love is strong for the Lexus right now. All right, so we're 41 minutes away from getting this one started. Finished, sorry. Finished. And the Reverend, he's decided to pit. All right. So we won't follow him all the way through. It's probably the longest track on the game with the longest pit lane. This is Saint Sim. He's coming through. Just really struggling for any on-track action right now. Fiesta's going to make up a spot, so he'll take position away from the Reverend. It's the 88 and the 888 are both in the pits as well, so there's a little bit of symmetry for you. Who's the Reverend racing right now? That's a good question. What about Sharkbait? Where's he? So he's just coming out of the source now. The Reverend's going, and looks like he's going to come out behind Sharkbait. While 357, that's J-Mer in the pits. So J-Mer is making a stop here. JJ, whoops. So this would be, I believe this will be his second and final stop. Yeah, he pitted on lap 10.
Yeah, that's correct. So Javar still hasn't pitted.
Right, so maybe he didn't get the message about the 40-minute stints. Where's the Reverend? Where are you? So maybe that's the Reverend's second stop too.
I do believe that is his second stop as well.
All right. Okay, and Rushton, he's coming in too. So a few drivers. Rushton, he's made a pit stop too. He was on lap 4. So he's all done. And looks like there goes the Reverend. So he's stayed out ahead of Rushton because Rushton's coming into the pits. And now J-Mer, he's still ahead of Flat Track. So J-Mer hits his marks. The other driver is Flat Track. So this will be for position. Now Flat Track, he pitted just a couple of laps ago. I think that was his first stop. J-Mer still stationary. Looks like Flat Track's going to get through here. The next one to come through for position would be In-Fame Soul. J-Mer still stationary. So can In-Fame Soul gain another position? I think he will. As will Queen Killer. And J-Mer getting back underway. So there goes Queen Killer there. And that means J-Mer will filter out in 6th position. He comes out and he'll have Fiesta right behind him, as we can see on the screen as they're making their way up the Camel Straight. Alright, now I'm not too sure if this is for position. Fiesta has definitely stopped once, maybe twice. He'll have to stop once more. This would be a good little battle between these two guys. These two drivers were battling for the lead in the early stages of this one. Feels like quite a while ago now. We are on the second half of this race. So this is round 10 for PanAm Racing for the GT3 Championship. A mix of Pro and AM drivers. And this is for position. So this will be good here. And then just up ahead, Queen Killer. He's all over the back of In-Fame Soul. So we've got a bit of on-track action. It was slim pickings there for a little while. But now we've got two battles simultaneously happening. And this is a Bentley versus BMW matchup. Get back to Fiesta and J-Mer very, very shortly, but these two cars are a bit closer as they make their way through the bus stop. Queen Killer doesn't like the curbs through there for whatever reason. Perhaps just doesn't feel confident with the setup of the car or using that line. And there's Fiesta in the background there, now the foreground. he's lost a little bit of time to J-Mer, so that
Javard's in.
Here we go. That's his first stop. I will definitely mark that down. Lap 23.
So, J-Mer's done 2 stops. Fiesta's done 1.
Yeah, I know Fiesta's done at least 1. J-Mer, yeah, he was on 10 and 20, so he's done. The Reverend, he's done 2. I think Rushton has done 2 as well. And Flat Track, he's only done 1. He's on lap 19. Who else? What about Awesome Paulie? I don't know if Awesome Paulie's made a stop yet. Maybe.
Yes, he has.
He has.
He has.
Alright, so Awesome Paulie. Fiesta, he's made a stop. What about Bloxham? Is he gone? I think MX Bloxham's one of the drivers who've left. He is... so Flat Track's made a stop. Cannon, he was another driver that's left. Rushton, he has made 2 stops. What about Infame Soul, JJ? Can you recall seeing Infame Soul in the pits?
Yeah, 1 pit stop, I'm pretty sure.
Alright. Now, Saint Sim. What about Saint Sim, JJ? I can't remember seeing Saint Sim in there.
He's done 1 and he did 1 early for damage, and then he's had his stop-go penalty as well.
What about Queen Killer? Queen Killer, and I think Stu Skinner's gone. Stu Skinner has gone. What about, we've just got Queen Killer to go.
Yeah, I think Queen Killer's got another stop to go. So 35 minutes left. With a few cars out of sequence, it's still at least there's a few cars pretty close on track and for position as well. So there's no need for Queen Killer or Infame to get out of J-Mer's way. J-Mer has to get the position on them.
And he's starting to loom quite large in the rear view mirror of Queen Killer. So he will go up through Rouge. Fiesta just dropped off the back there, so he hasn't been able to keep the pace there with J-Mer. He'll try and hang on for dear life, but a Sharkbait God, he comes into the pits. Alright, Sharkbait God. There you go. That will be his second stop done as well. So I'll give him a tick on my notepad. He's cleared. What about... Here we go. Here's J-Mer on Queen Killer. So come into Bruzel's.
Saying that, Queen Killer let him go. After all that, Queen Killer pulled over and let him go.
I was going to say that looked quite subdued. J-Mer now straight onto the back of Infame Soul. And I think Infame Soul's probably going to do the honours as well. So 0 fight from those two. They know they're in a different race, so that's okay. That's fine from them. That's not their race to race, as we see Infame Soul, just with the dodgy connection. Used to it by now. He's Awesome Paulie. He's in the pits, so he is going to be coming in now. The other driver, Javar, he's in P2, so he will take that position back, and then Flat Track. And then J-Mo. All right, so this race is starting to unfold before our eyes right now. This is Javar. He is about to come through now. Awesome Paulie. He isn't even stationary yet. There goes Javar. We'll wait for Awesome Paulie to become stationary, and we'll see Flat Track will be the next one we'll keep an eye on, as well as J-Mo. See, and Infame Soul as well. He and Queen Killer. Now Fiesta getting on the back of this action as well. And I think Fiesta manages to take Queen Killer. So he drops a position to the McLaren driver in the Papaya McLaren. So nice work by Fiesta. Good recovery drive from him. He's got Infame Soul just up ahead. He'll want to be trying to have a crack at. So Flat Track has gone through. J-Mo has gone through. Now Infame Soul and Fiesta, they'll also go through as well. Queen Killer, he's going to try and keep on the back of these two. And I think Saint Sim, no, he's not into the pits now either. And the next one after that, yeah, is a fair way back. All right. As Infame Soul just does a little bit of submarine action up the Camel Straight. Comes up for air and loses the spot to Fiesta. So Fiesta starting to make moves now. He's moved himself up into P4 after a good start. And then he's had a couple of mistakes. Hit the wall at the top of a route at Radion. And he's now on a bit of a charge. He's got the Bentley though of JMO up ahead, which is going to be a tough assignment for him. And so now just having a look at where it's standing. So Javar, he's currently our race leader. He has pitted once. So he needs to pit again. Flat Track. Oh, where are you, Flat Track? Just having a quick look at my notes here. He's stopped once already as well. So he will need to pit again. And then Jamer, he's pitted twice. So he's in a really good position here, Jamer, as we've come to expect in the short time that we have been broadcasting PanAm Racing on the ACC Productions Ruse YouTube channel. We've seen him be very competitive as we enter the final half an hour, and these two are still going at it. This is Queen Killer and Infame Soul. They're still fighting it out for position 5 and 6. Pretty much where this race is lying right now is Flat Track needs to pit again. Javar needs to pit again as well. J-Mer doesn't. So he's in the box seat at the moment. What happened to Infame Soul? He's still there. Okay. Alright, so let's have a look at what the gap is between these two, because we're in the final third of round 10 of PanAm Racing GT3 Championship. So, Javar, he is currently coming through Jackie X corner, turn 11, or no name, however you know it. And the car that he has in P2 right now is just coming through Lacombe. And that is this man here, Flat Track. So that's roughly the gap between those two cars. And then Jamer and Fiesta, I don't believe needs to pit again. So, well, technically he doesn't, but I still think he will need to though, because one of those stops was for damage, but we'll have to wait and see on that. The jury's out on that one. Awesome Paulie, who was battling it out for the lead as well. He's down there in P7, so he's definitely not out of this, because the pit stop does take quite a long period of time though in this track, because obviously they're using the GT pits, so they'll enter for the Grand Prix pits. They have to go all the way past them, around the corner through La Source, and then down the hill, which is just the way that it's designed on this track. So a little bit unique. That's just the layout. As Saint Sim in the pits now. I believe that is his second stop. So he will be run and done. And number 888, Brewbug. He's not moved from there. And he's not planning on moving from there anytime soon. But these two have had a good scrap in Fame Soul and Queen Killer. Through Blanchimont. That must be unsettling for Queen Killer with the internet connection there of Infame Soul being a little bit sketchy. A little bit unsettling.
Oh, it'd be horrible if you're in the car going through that.
Oh, yeah. It's tough to spectate, let alone race with. That gap there from Infame, just managing almost a second between those two. But at the front, it is Javar. We might see if we can we get some lap times, JJ, on Javar, Flat Track, and J Mer. What sort of lap times are they doing at the moment? And is J Mer our man in the box seat here as we see Queen Killer going up the inside there of turn 10. Bruzells gets the job done. He's just going to put the exclamation point on it as they go through turn 11 and head down the hill towards Puon. So nice move there from Queen Killer. No doubt Infame Soul will try and launch a counter attack. But for now, it's the Bentley of Queen Killer. He's up there in P5. He started all the way down in P14. I believe that he has one more stop to make. And Infame Soul the same. So these two are going to race it all the way to the end. But yeah, when you get a chance, JJ, if you could give us a bit of an idea on lap times, that would be ideal. Because we are entering the final 25 minutes.
Jamer 2:19.7, Javar 2:19.9, and Flat Track at 2:20.5.
Okay. So obviously, Jamer and Javar are lapping very, very similarly. Flat Track though, not necessarily as fast, about half a second slower as Infame Soul. He's now having a look into the bus stop. So we will keep our eyes peeled. Javar and Flat Track, they both need to make one more stop. Jamer doesn't. Fiesta, still the jury out on him. Queen Killer and Infame Soul, both of these drivers need to pit one more time. And Awesome Paulie, I believe, needs to stop one more time as well. So when we say not sure, it's because it's that BMW. It's because we don't know the server wasn't updated with the pit stop. So just a little clerical error, but you know, we'll just deal with it. I think we're dealing with it all right at the moment. What about the Reverend though? The Reverend, he's made both of his stops, I believe. Yeah, he's down in P8, so he's also got the chance to have a good finish to this one as well.
So Awesome Paulie had been lapping quite high as well, actually. So he's had done a 2:19.3, but has come off on this lap and it's 2:32.
Who was that, sorry?
Awesome Paulie.
Awesome Paulie, okay. Two shots. Have a jump on board with him. Does he have any damage on that car? No, he doesn't. So might have just had a bit of a spin, perhaps. Not sure. And that's Awesome Paul. He's getting past car number 12. That's not car number 12. I think it's for position 12. I think that was Purple Snack. So that wasn't for position. So let's get back to this little scrap here though. Infame Soul and Queen Killer. They've been going at it for quite a while now. Both of these drivers do need to pit one more time. And then, so does Javar and Flat Track. And as JJ pointed out, 19.7, 19.9 compared to a 25 for, I think it was Flat Track there. So so let's see where Javar is on the circuit physically. Where is he? He is is. He's just coming through turn 16. Corte por Frere, I believe it is. And then flat track. He's just coming up to campus now. But the big question is, where's J-Mo? J-Mo is in the absolute box seat here. He is looking very, very nicely to take home another victory as we approach the final 20 minutes of what is the final race of the season for Pan Am Racing. It is round 10. And we're set up for a really good finish. Javar and Flat Track, they're going to be the ones who will battle it out for the minor positions. But J-Mer looking on track once again to take a race victory. And it's going to be who will find themselves the highest up with the minor placings. Now, Fiesta as well. He's a decent gap between him and J-Mer, 10.4 seconds. So I don't think Fiesta will be able to challenge J-Mer, and we're still not 100% sure if Fiesta does need to pit again. But what we do know is Javar and Flat Track, both of those drivers do need to make one more stop. J-Mer doesn't. Queen Killer and Infame Soul, both of those drivers do. And Awesome Paulie, I believe, needs to make one more stop. But the Reverend, he doesn't. So he could just be the joker in the pack here. Might be able to climb up a few extra sneaky spots to get a good finish for him. He did start in P3 though, so he's in P8. Not a great result for him, but still got a while before this one's finished. We did start with 17, we're down to 13. Drew Bug in the pits there. So technically 12 cars on the circuit. Perhaps they've gone off to watch the football. It's a very rare occurrence, but NFL on a Saturday night. It's the Colts and the Pats playing. Two good teams. Pats have been pretty good this season, as you'd expect. Mac Jones having a good rookie season. Carson Wentz, though, last few games started to come back. Jonathan Taylor, MVP candidate. Colts looking good. They are 7-6 though. Must win game to stay in the playoff hunt. Any NFL fans out there, let us know. Game's happening right now, 10-20. Colts up, 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Cricket hasn't started for the Aussies. Australia looking in a very, very strong position at the moment. Davey Warner, unlucky to get run out last night. But England, not good. Not good at all. Any other sports updates you want, let us know. Where are we? So we just have to sort of wait this one out at the moment. Javar and Flat Track, when are they going to pit? And are they going to be able to stay ahead of J-Mer? Not at this stage. Not looking likely unless we see in the next 17.5 minutes J-Mer make a mistake. But from what we've seen of him, those don't often happen. But it is motor racing, so strange things often do occur. But we'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, we're going to have to just be content with watching Infame and Queen Killer battle it out between these two. These two are the two closest cars on the circuit. Might just go for a lap. I'll be quiet for now. Let's watch these two battle out for a lap around Spa.
Sorry, that was a massive moment for Infame there at the top of radio on. Yeah, he was lucky to hold it.
That was an interesting end to the lap there. Infame Soul, that internet connection just needs to hold on for another 14 minutes and 45 seconds. Hanging by a thread right now. So that was an onboard lap with him chasing down Queen Killer in the Bentley. But we're entering the final quarter hour of this one, round 10. Season finale, 90 minutes around Spa.
Fiesta's off in the fence at Radion.
And he's in the pits. He's done.
Yep. So that's that's unfortunate.
Alright, so Drew Bug and himself keep each other company down there. And Fiesta will then plummet down the standings. So unfortunate for him. Unfortunate way to finish the season. Infame Soul though, he's looking to try and have a great end to the season. He manages to get past Queen Killer. So he moves himself up into P4. Nice effort from him. Is there going to be are we going to see a possibility of a podium for Infame Soul? Let's have a quick look here. So Javar and Flat Track, they both need to pit again. Well, both of these guys need to pit again as well. So be a little bit of a strategic move here, but not too sure. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. But I'm pretty sure we are waiting for Javar and Flat Track to pit. According to my my notepad here, both of them do need to pit again. So we'll have to wait and see. We don't have vision. We don't have access to the pit stop counter this evening. So that's why we're flying a little bit blind, but we're doing the best we can. Queen Killer and Fiesta. They've been going at it for a good half an hour, these two. Been some good racing.
Fiesta has had a really weird moment where he's heading down the GT straight, so he's just crossed the GT start line. He's actually hit the fence on the right-hand side on the straight, bounced off into the left-hand fence, and then gone through Rouge and Radion sideways.
Oh, right.
So yeah, that was a weird one. Never seen that before.
Alright, so J-Mo, he's only 7 seconds behind Flat Track here. Queen Killer, he's just dropped back a little bit, just over a second from Infame Soul. So perhaps Infame Soul has just managed to unlock that BMW at the right time. And I think I saw a flash of Awesome Paulie in the background there as well. Wasn't too far away. Yeah, there we go. 6.7 seconds. So we think that all three of these cars do need to pit again. Not 100% certain on that. And we will know in the next 11 minutes and 20 seconds. And we do believe Javar and Flat Track both need to pit again as well. So J-Mo doesn't. As Queen Killer got a bit of a run here. Going to Puon. Runs very wide though. He's closed that gap back up again. And yeah, if that's what Queen Killer is seeing, I honestly don't know how he's been doing it for this long, because it's off-putting from a commentary point of view, and I'm sure from a spectator view it is off-putting as well. But Queen Killer is not seemed too perturbed by it, and has managed to keep on moving forward without too many dramas. Go through the bus stop one more time. These guys have been on screen a lot, but we had early dramas. We had quite a few cars crashing, and yeah, right from the get-go. So we just sort of spread the field right out there, and then we only have 11 cars circulating. We started off with 17, so not a lot of on-track action. And you throw into the mix the lack of visibility on the pit stops has just been a bit difficult. But in the final 10 minutes now, so we're almost there. We're almost at the literal and metaphorical finish line for the season. Queen Killer, though, wants to get one more overtake in before that season does finish. And we've seen him and Queen Killer, him and Infame Soul going at it. Here we go, Infame Soul just going a bit defensive into Bruzel's. Nice tidy lines through there for the BMW driver. Now through Puwan. So nice and steady. These two evenly matched drivers. Done a great job. We haven't seen any dive bombs. We haven't seen any unnecessary contact. Been really good, clean racing from both of them. We can see Awesome Paulie now has closed that gap up by about 2 seconds. So he may fancy himself a chance here as we're about to begin the final 8 minutes. So 82 minutes will have passed. 8 more minutes to go. Follow each other again through the bus stop chicane, and here's yeah, Awesome Paulie just closing up on these two. So these two just sort of it's been a bit of a gentle fight. It hasn't been a hard scrap, but this has been enough for Awesome Paulie, who did start in P5, so we know that he had good qualifying pace. Gets it a little bit wrong through there, but nothing too bad. I don't think Queen Killer had the best run through Eau Rouge either. Oh, see, and now the internet issues of Infame Soul, they're going to be an issue for Awesome Paulie as well. He's going to have to get used to this, seeing this car go in places that it shouldn't be.
Jamer's made really good ground on flat track. He's only 3 seconds, well, he's within 3 seconds of flat track. Now, I'm pretty sure the two in front still need to pit, as well as Infame and Queen Killer, so this grid's going to look a bit different. If they don't pit, well, that'll be up to the PanAm Racing admins to sort out that one.
You'd be happy to give him a hand, wouldn't you, JJ? You don't have much on. You could just give him a bit of your spare time.
Yeah, hardly anything on, mate. Hardly anything.
Oh, look at that BMW just skating all over the track. I don't know how Queen Killer has done it, but he's done a fantastic job of keeping himself on the straight and narrow. But Awesome Paulie now, as we can see, right up on the back of these two. He'll just be rubbing his hands together, thinking, I could get a couple of spots right here from these boys. Unless either of them pit. So by our calculations, all three drivers need to pit again. Awesome Paulie sending it up the inside at the bus stop of Queen Killer. That was a nice move from him. So he takes that spot away from him. So he's going to split these two. Oh, he's going to launch it at La Source. He does. He is not moving. He's not messing around here. And he's taken both of those spots. So within 3 corners, he's taken 2 spots. Looks like Infame Soul trying to fight back, but it's going to be to no avail. They're all 3 of them are going to head up the Camel Straight together as they make their way through Radion at the top of Eau Rouge. We're into the final 5 minutes here as well, so this is win it or bin it time. And Queen Killer just trying to get a run on the Mercedes, on the BMW of Infame Soul. Not quite. Might just skip over to Jamer as well shortly. That's Infame Soul defending hard. We saw him do that on the last lap. How close is Jamer? That's how close he is. 1.1 seconds is the gap between him and Flat Track. Now Jamer, we know, does not need to stop again. We do believe Flat Track and Javar both do. So
You don't say that wrong.
no, no intention in saying that one. How are these two getting on here? So it looks like Awesome Paulie's just been able to pull away, and Infame Soul and Queen Killer are going to resume their battle between each other. It's going to be a shootout right until the very end, which is fast approaching. So less than 3.5 minutes. This is Jamer. I think he was able to get that done at La Source. He was, by the looks of things on the screen. He is. So great driving from the Bentley driver. It's what we've come to expect of Jamer. And he takes that P2. Brandon blocks him. How many haven't pitted twice? We don't know. 108. Oh, 108. Flat Track gets a drive-through penalty. So I think that would be for track limits warnings. So to answer your question, Brandon Bloxham, we do believe that Javar needs to pit again. Awesome Paulie needs to pit again. Infame Soul and Queen Killer need to pit again. We don't believe the Reverend needs to pit again. What about Sharkbait? I think Sharkbait's pitted twice, lap 14 and 23. And who else is out there? Rushton. Maybe. No, Rushton's pitted twice. Oh, Flat Track and Queen Killer gets a penalty as well. Oh, that's disappointing. That is so disappointing. So I don't think they will be serving that. They're just going to tack it on to the end of their race time. But I don't know if that... What happens in that situation, JJ?
I think it's a 30 seconds added on to the time, but it could be more for Spa because of the length of the pit lane.
Yeah, is it like...
So you'd rather take the 30 seconds and then trundle through pit lane for a minute.
Well, the leader is on the final lap, so he's not pitting again. We've only seen him come into the pits once, but we can't say with 100% certainty that it was the only one time. We have seen this man into the pits twice. So, Jamer, lap 10 and lap 21. Yeah, but we'll leave it to the admins, the stewards of PanAm Racing to get that sorted out for themselves. But Javar, we've seen a bit of him tonight. He did start there in P4 last week in Mazzano. Didn't hit drive, so started from the pit lane. But tonight, had no such dramas. That car is quite dirty as well. Lots of build-up rubber and grit and grime and whatever else is out on the circuit. And he is about 3/4 of a lap away from taking victory in round 10. And Flat Track, he's done the right thing here. I think that's a smart move from him because I think he would know. I reckon you'd get about 2 minutes worth of penalties there, JJ, if you don't serve it. And Queen Killer's onto it as well. So I think that gives you a bit of an idea on what the penalty is for those guys. But Javar making his way through Pouon. Driven a good race. It's been a strange odd one. We've only got 11 cars running right now. Started with 17. We had plenty of drama to begin this race. This man's managed to avoid most of it and driven a pretty clean race. We haven't seen him involved in too many scraps. He's managed to keep his nose clean. I do believe he is the only Australian in the field, so it might be a little bit biased from this commentator here. But here he goes, so making his way to the bus stop one more time. And once he clears that, he will cross the finish line and he will take victory in round 10 of PanAm Racing. The final race of the season is won by an Aussie. It's Javar. Congratulations. The Porsche wasn't expected to go very well around here tonight, but it has. And it's finished in P1 on the track. So congratulations to Javar. This man here, J-Mer, he's put on quite the display. Driven another strong race from him. So he's just going to make his way through the bus stop one more time. He'll cross the line. He'll take a very well-earned P2. Congratulations. I believe that will pretty much win the championship for him. So congratulations to J-Mer. Awesome work from him. Then we've got Infame Soul and Awesome Paulie. This is for the final podium position. This is BMW versus Bentley. Awesome Paulie had to serve that penalty, the drive-through penalty. He did so to avoid a 2-minute post-race penalty time add-on. And I think Infame Soul's going to do it here. Just got to get through the bus stop. Oh, Awesome Paulie just sending it. But I don't think he's going to have enough in him. It's going to be a drag to the line, and that's going to be won by Infame Soul, who finishes in P3. Congratulations. Such a tight finish between those two drivers. This is flat track. He had to serve a penalty very late in the race as well. He's going to finish in P5. Congratulations to him in that black and gold checkered liveried Bentley. Oh, the Reverend. Nah, he's finished. Here we go. Queen Killer. He's still on a lap. So the Reverend's finished down in P7. So he was looking really competitive for a while there. Not too sure what happened to him. He did pit twice though, so that might have something to do with it. Not sure. We didn't have full visibility on the pit stops this evening. Looks like Queen Killer is going to be pretty much the final driver. As Javar, he's already pitted. J-Mer, we've got some other guys maybe doing some donuts out there as well. Ah, that car's not looking very good there for El Jefe. And here comes Queen Killer through the bus stop. Travelling extremely slowly. Maybe he's... Oh, no. I was going to say maybe he's run out of fuel. No, he hasn't. That's all done. So that is round 10 in the books. It was Javar who took home P1. In P2, it was J-Mer. And then in P3, it was Infame Soul. And I do believe we have some of these guys in the post-party chat. Who do we have here? Who's in there? I think I saw J-Mer maybe.
Yeah, I'm in here.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's going. Nice little 90 minutes at Spa.
Yeah, was it? How was it? You qualified P1. You did do both of your stops as well. Did you have visibility?
I did.
Pardon?
I did both of my stops.
Yes,
I didn't realize until after we did our first pit stops. Oh, my game just...
Yeah.
Oh, I just blue screened out of ACC. Yeah, after I took my first stop, I looked to see what everyone else was doing, and everyone was green. So something happened with the settings.
Yeah.
So I just assumed honor system, carry on, two-stop, do what you were going to do anyways. And I don't know if everyone did, because I don't know how I lost by 30 seconds because I know I let off my pace a little bit, but not 30 seconds.
Yeah, well...
Pace, so I don't know.
I think you guys might need to be discussing that post-race, because I know that you pitted on lap 10 and lap 21.
Yep.
But I'm not too sure if everyone else got the memo to pit twice tonight, and obviously with the green, the little green squares or whatever not working tonight, We didn't have any visibility over it. We just had to sort of go on by just our rough notes. But yeah, I dare say there might be discussion post-race about that.
Hmm.
But congratulations on your season. I do believe you're taking out the championship for this season now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that locks it in. I think last week locked it in, but yeah, that's first this season. Yep.
You're pretty happy with that?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'd have been a little happier if some more people stuck around, but you know how that goes later on in the season.
Yeah, I think you get that in any league, especially this time of the year where it's holidays and whatnot. And just give us just a quick brief rundown on this on the season. What was your highlight? What was your biggest takeaway?
The whole season's been great. My worst race was one of the 30 minutes at Monza a couple weeks ago. Other than that, it's been all podiums, really. Fiesta and Jabbar had me a little worried the past 3, 4, 5 races because he kept climbing points rapidly. It was getting podiums and wins and stuff, so he was catching up. So it kept it interesting for me. But it was a really good season.
Well, the few races that we've streamed for you at Race on Oz, it's been you've been one of the class drivers, so and that's obviously reflected in the standings. So congratulations, that is the championship for you, and yeah, that's pretty much it for this season.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, cool. Well, have a good Christmas, have a safe New Year, and yeah, we'll see you next year.
Absolutely, man. Have a good holidays, guy.
You too, man. See ya.
Later.
All right, so that was J-Mo. That was P2. Do we have anyone else on the line there, JJ?
No, we don't, unfortunately. That Infame Soul isn't able to join us, and I'm not too sure about Jafar.
Okay.
So
cool.
That might be a wrap. It might be it for the year.
All right, well, that is it for the season. So that was the PanAm Racing Round 10, 90-minute enduro. It was won there by Javar. P2 was J-Mer, and P3 was Infame Soul. That was, I think, about our 4th race that we've done for PanAm Racing on the Race on Oz ACC Productions YouTube channel. So I hope you've all enjoyed the stream that we've put on tonight and the other stuff that we've done as well. Stay tuned too, so I've got plenty more to come on the channel, so don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. But until then, it's pretty much us signing off for the season. Yeah, it's obviously going to Christmas and New Year's, and we'll start back up sometime in the New Year. So JJ, do you have any words that you wanted to say before we get out of here?
Thank you to PanAm Racing for giving us the opportunity to broadcast for you. It's been a pleasure, and we look forward to doing it again next year. Thank you to you, Nick, for your time and efforts broadcasting, not just for PanAm, but for Race on Oz as well. And I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and safe and healthy, and yeah, we'll get stuck back into racing again early next year. So thank you to everyone. Beautiful. Awesome. Very nice words to finish it off with. All right, so that is it. My name is Nick. I've been joined by JJ Penguin. Have a safe holiday period. So have a safe Christmas or whatever you celebrate. Have a safe New Year. But yeah, we hope to see you back next year. We'll play a little outro video, and that will be done for us. Goodbye, everyone. See you next year.